Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Morning Break. It's now time for our top tip segment. So Fatima, what have you got for us this week?
This week I picked out a name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Mu'min, the granter of security.
Okay.
And if you recite this name 630 times, then in times of fear, Allah will protect you from all calamities, mishaps and losses. And if you write it on a piece of paper, or like, you know, you have a ring, like a silver ring, and you engrave it on the ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll keep, and you keep that with you, paper or the ring with you, as a taweez. Then your physical and spiritual safety will remain the responsibility of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and hopefully, inshallah, it will protect you from anything. And also, you know, you have like the evil eyes, and people get envious, people get jealous.
Yeah.
Inshallah, it will protect you from that also.
Okay, that's really interesting. I didn't think of. I really like the idea of getting things engraved on rings. That's a really nice idea to get Al-Mu'min put on a ring or something.
Yeah, yeah. Every time you put it on or take it off,
it's a reminder, isn't
exactly,
it?
and you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's a nice way of worshipping Him continuously all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because I found that in times of fear, there's actually a lot. I don't know whether that's just because of the situation that, for example, our imams went through, but there are many du'as and there's many things you can do, things you can recite, many ways that you can pray that protect you from that. So thanks. It's just an additional way of, and like you said, it's a nice way to remember one attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So. Okay, well, it's now time to see what Sister Masuma has for us in the Nutrition Kitchen.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Nutrition Kitchen on Morning Break. Now, nutrition is not just about what we eat, it's about what we don't eat. And a lot of us unfortunately go for the quick fixes, the junk food, the fried food, and we all know that fried food causes free radicals to enter our body and attack our cells. And with me today, I've got Sister Shahida Ali Dina, who will be showing us how to make a really easy chicken tikka wrap. Assalamu alaikum, Shahida.
Alaikum salam, Asma.
Now, this recipe is actually so quick. It's probably quicker than us going to the fast food shop and ordering.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so what have you got for us today?
Well, today I've got wraps,
Okay.
a Mediterranean salad, red onions, mixed peppers, boneless, skinless chicken, olive oil, fresh lemon, green chilies, soya sauce, garlic and ginger, sweet and sour sauce to add a bit of texture and flavour. But also I've got the masalas, homemade masalas. So that's black pepper, salt, haldi, chili, and shan tandoori masala.
Okay, fantastic. Very healthy, you know, bright coloured ingredients here. So what's interesting with this recipe is you're actually going to fry it. It's like a stir-fry wrap.
It is a stir-fry wrap, yes. It just adds a bit more texture and flavour to the whole wrap idea. I mean, takeaways, you can get just the chicken in your wrap, no salad. It's a bit boring, really.
Yeah.
Like here, you've got your peppers and your onions, a bit of texture, a bit of flavour as well.
Excellent. Okay, so let's start cooking.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are at the cooker. Right, Shahida, so switch on the gas and off we go.
Okay, I'm first going to add the olive oil.
Right.
Let it just simmer and get hot, slightly warm,
Okay.
and then we'll add the chicken.
Okay, so we'll just wait for that to heat up.
Yeah.
And obviously olive oil is the best thing to use.
It is, yes.
But ideally ghee is also very good to use. You know, in Indian cooking we used to use ghee a lot until the new fashion was to use oils. So, but olive oil is fine as well. It's better than sunflower and vegetable oil.
Okay, the oil is now heated, so we'll add the chicken in.
Okay. And I like the fact that you use skinless, boneless, because obviously the one, you know, chicken with skin has a lot of saturated fat. So that's nice and healthy. And it's interesting that you're putting the chicken first and not the onions.
Oh, it's just because we want to savour the flavour of the onions. If you add the onions first, then they're going to get overcooked.
Okay.
In the whole cooking experience. So what we do is add the chicken. I'm going to add the garlic and ginger.
Okay, so
just give that a good stir around as well.
Okay.
And then we'll add all the masalas so they can absorb the flavour into the chicken.
Okay.
Now the chicken takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cook.
Right.
So as soon as your chicken is tender, you can add the sweet and sour sauce and the mixed peppers and the onions.
I like the colour of the chicken, that's looking good.
Yeah, just taking a nice orange-yellow tinge.
How often do you make this, Shahida? Do you make it?
Probably a few times a month, I would say.
Okay.
It's a good, easy, like if everyone's home on a Sunday, so we'll make it on a Sunday, or just one day after work. Quick and easy if we have no time to cook. Add the chilies as well,
Okay.
and the soya sauce.
Lovely.
And again, just give it a stir.
And you know, if it's for children, like you said before, you can leave out the chilies.
Yes, you leave out the
So-
chilies. Or those who don't like chilies, find
Yeah.
it too hot.
Sure.
Leave out the chilies because the masalas again have all the chilies within. We're just going to cover that and let that cook just for a few more minutes.
Okay.
And then when that's ready, in the meantime, you can always chop your onions and your peppers. Today I've done it pre-pepped, but you can do that on your own. So I'm next going to put the lemon. We're going to use freshly squeezed lemon,
Okay, fantastic.
and we're just going to squeeze it
Out
through.
juice.
It's just half a lemon.
Okay.
And then we'll add the onions. And give that a good stir.
That smells great. Okay. And obviously there'll be a little bit of a crunch to the onions.
Yes, there will be. The onions and the peppers. The peppers, more so we put last as well, just to keep the nutrition in them.
Excellent. Lots of vitamin C, antioxidant. And you've got all the colours in there.
Yes.
Great.
So even for children, it's colourful, it's friendly. So now we've added the peppers and the onions and the lemon juice. We'll now cover it and let it cook for another 5 to 10 minutes.
And how long will you keep that for?
I think another couple of minutes, just until the peppers get soft with
Okay.
the onions. That's easier to stir and manage, and then you just add the sweet and sour sauce.
Lovely.
Okay, so it's all done now. It's ready.
Lovely.
And we just have to add the sweet and sour sauce. This just gives it a nice tangy flavour and a bit of texture as well.
Okay.
So you just stir it in like so. Just cover the whole of the chicken.
And you put that in last so it
You put
retains
that-
the flavour.
yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
And that's all. So now you're ready. You can have this in wraps,
Mm-hmm.
paninis, baguettes, or even with rice and noodles. It's entirely up to you. But today I'll show you how to wrap it in wraps.
Okay, great. So let's take it over.
Okay.
Okay, Shaida, so show us how this is done.
Okay, so you heat your wrap a little bit, maybe 10 seconds in the microwave just to make it nice and soft. You take a little bit of mixture, but just drain it on the side so you don't get a lot of sauce.
Okay.
And just line it up nicely in the middle, like so.
And like you said, you could serve this with wedges, rice.
Lots of variation. Baguettes. Panini is a good one in our house as well. Just like the panini bread, the ciabattas,
Okay.
in the local supermarket. You just slice it and pop it in and put it into a grill or an oven even. A bit of cheese. It works out quite nicely. So you just roll it up in the middle. Then you can slice it as well. It just makes it easier to eat. Like so.
Okay.
Another way to eat it is with the plated salad. It's filling and nutritious as well.
Fantastic.
That's
That
all done.
looks great. Thank you, Shaida.
You're welcome.
And if you have any questions, want to know more about the recipe, email me at morningbreak@ahlulbayt.tv. I hope you enjoyed that. Good luck when you try it at home. Until next week, Assalamu alaikum.
Well, that was really nice and quick and easy, and I really like the fact that it was healthy, and also it's a way of obviously making something fast in the house, and just to prevent your kids or family members from going to a fast food restaurant and buying something that's clearly going to be unhealthy, greasy, not very good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think wraps these days have become so popular, haven't they? Because it is literally a case of kind of throwing everything in and like, I know that's the name, but wrapping it up. And, you know, I was watching a cooking program last night where it was literally a case of you throw the chicken in, you throw it very similar to what Sister Masuma did, peppers, etc. And, you know, it's quick. Like you said, we often like feel like we don't have time to cook a proper meal. This is actually fulfilling as well because it's something warm. But I was going to say another way actually to cook really sort of quick and healthy food is Oriental food, I've found. And obviously I'm not talking about if you go out to a takeaway, you'll probably end up with really greasy food. But cooking at home with, for example, boiling egg noodles, spring onions, peppers, chicken, and obviously make sure that there's not too much oil when you're frying the chicken. And you can also spice it up, or you don't have to add spices. Obviously, you need to make sure, like when it comes to things like soya sauce, it's got a lot of salt in. So you need to make sure that, you know, you're not sort of using too much. My mouth is watering even now just talking about it. Yeah, I'm hungry. But yeah, so, you know, stir fries are a great way of eating healthy food, and I guess it's the same content that goes into a wrap. So that's another way to cook really fast, healthy food that is similar to takeaway, but you don't have to go out, and you don't have to, at least you know the great thing about cooking at home, even if it's fast food, is generally you know what's going into it.
Exactly.
And that's the worry, isn't it?
It's healthy, and you don't have to worry about what family members in your house are eating, or what they're buying from outside, and how it's going to affect them, etc., etc. It's a way of, you know, especially mothers as well, to kind of monitor and to, you know, have a control over, you know, that their child is definitely eating well and properly.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, you might just go out and think, oh yeah, I'll go and buy something healthy, but actually you just go and get chips, or you go and get something that's not so healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, another thing about cooking at home is knowing that even like in terms of using the meat, at least you know how much meat and where the meat's from. It's because, you know, the reason I say that is because last night I was making chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Halal chicken nuggets, obviously.
Healthy, obviously.
Not so healthy, no. Frying them, deep fat frying, but that's going to change. And my sister told me that it says that it has something like 50% chicken in it.
50%
yeah, and
only?
this is halal chicken.
So what was the other 50%?
I don't know, but it's kind of like, it's worrying, isn't it? I was thinking it must be, you know, like, for example, when they grind up everything, including the bone, including whatever. But I don't know, can that be? Because it's classed as a halal chicken nugget. Either way, my point is that when you're cooking things at home, when you're putting fresh chicken, you know, bits of cut up chicken fillet or whatever it is, breast, if you're frying that, at least you know that's proper meat, it's proper vegetables that you have washed, going into proper healthy food. So it's a really good recipe to try.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and you're quite right. I mean, really nice chicken, obviously fillet, that was boneless chicken that was used there, and that is definitely healthy. And yeah, that is really scary what you've told me. I'm a little bit traumatized. I think twice about having chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I think we all should
in the future. Okay, well, it's now time for Fact of the Week. So Humera, I hope you've got a less scary fact for us today.
I do. It's actually about the London Underground. I don't know if you know, but the London Underground is actually the oldest underground system in the entire world. And obviously it's known as the Tube. And it celebrated its centenary in 1990, so 100 years. And it's internationally famous, ranking alongside the Paris Metro and the New York Subway. And it covers actually the largest area of underground system. So it's actually 253 miles of track, of which 20 miles are in shallow tunnels and 93 miles in deep tunnels. The tubes run to all areas of central and greater London, connecting all mainline stations. Now, I know obviously, like, I'm sure all of us at some point use the tube or have used it if they don't travel much. People don't travel much, but I never knew the extent of, one, how old that was. I know that, for example, I've seen on programmes that during I think it was the Second World War, people used to hide in the underground tube stations, which is a really weird way to think of it. But I hadn't realised kind of how large the network was, and I think often we complain about, you know, oh, we spend so much money on our taxes, but, you know, the tube system's rubbish. When it's delayed, you get really angry. But if you think about how wide the network is, how it's one of the oldest, and it is actually quite efficient, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. I had no idea it covered 233 miles.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, if you stretch that out, that's I'm sure that's London to, like, you know, another European country, so that's quite a distance. But yes, I suppose in a way maybe we should think twice about when we're groaning and moaning and saying, you know, our tube is late. Absolutely,
and I like the history behind the tube system as well, to think that they've celebrated 100 years of it in 1990, we're now obviously in 2010. It's just amazing to think of what it must have been like when they first started the tube system up.
Yeah, and that's quite nice and impressive. That means it first happened in Britain, and then it's been other countries have then taken it on board and said that's a great idea, and now loads of countries around the world have adopted the same thing and the same sort of style of network, and that's quite nice as well.
And even the fact that the actual tube map has become really popular across the world. I don't know how the tube maps or the tube system works in places like Paris, for example. I think it's something similar. I do remember having been on there once, but the colour coding has become very famous, and I do think it's really easy to use, and that in itself, the designing of that, could be looked at as a completely separate issue, because that's also, it's really cool the way that it's laid out.
It is, yeah, it is. Well, now it's time for us to introduce another new feature to the show. It's called Aroma Room. We hope you like it. Let's take a look.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatima, and today I will be showing you how you can use aromatherapy in your everyday life. On today's episode, we'll be covering aromatherapy and men. We're going to be making a neck and shoulder rub. The oils we'll be using today are clary sage, frankincense, sandalwood and black pepper. You can find these oils in any health shop or alternatively online from an aromatherapist store. Always try to go for organic oils because they usually are purer and a little goes a long way. So we're going to start with our massage blend first of all. In here I have 20 ml of sweet almond oil. Now sweet almond oil is excellent for the skin. It's a real skin conditioner, and there are many narrations where Imam Jafar al-Sadiq alayhi salam has actually recommended that we use this. So to our oil we're going to add 3 drops of clary sage oil. Now clary sage oil is an excellent uplifting oil. It has great properties for relaxing the muscle, and it actually relieves anxiety and stress. 3 drops of frankincense. Frankincense oil has been in a lot of studies recently. Scientists have realised the excellent properties it has. Again, it's an excellent soother, it's excellent with the muscles, and it's been around for over 4,000 years, so they must be doing something right. Then the next oil is sandalwood. Sandalwood is one of the nicest smelling oils you can get. Again, an excellent soother. It's a great antidepressive, and it also helps you to sleep well. So before you use this oil, make sure you're not going to be going out and driving in the car. And last oil is actually black pepper. Now the name black pepper, as it explains, is of course the black pepper that we use in our kitchen. This is great for circulation. It warms the muscles and it actually boosts the immune system. So we're going to take our blend and we're just going to mix it in gently. Always make sure that you mix your oils in well and never use essential oils undiluted on the skin. So this is our massage blend. What you would do now is you would apply the oil to your hands, warming the oil slightly in the palms of your hands. When the oils are warmed, it actually breaks down the molecules of the essential oils, which allow it to be easily absorbed into the skin. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir actually narrated that to massage oil into a believer means that Allah will reward that person with a light for every hair he has on his head. So inshallah, with this oil, you can apply this to your husband's neck and to the shoulder area. And this will help to release tension, relax the muscles, and of course relax the mind. Now please do remember that if you do have any health complications, you are pregnant, or you have to take medicines, or you have allergies, always consult a medical practitioner before embarking on any new health regime. I hope you enjoyed that recipe. Please join us next week on Aroma Room, where we'll be looking at more ways that you can incorporate aromatherapy into your everyday lives. If you have any questions, please do email us at morningbreak@ahlulbayt.tv. Join me next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I personally didn't know that sweet almond oil is recommended by Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, but I just think their oils are amazing and they smell so good, and just the scent in themselves, they're so relaxing, and I personally don't think that we make use of them enough. I know, like for example, in Pakistani culture, you're kind of brought up with this concept of putting oil in your hair, for example, if you want to, you know, get rid of dry scalp, or even if you just want to keep your hair healthy. But otherwise, I don't really think we use oil that much. Apart from perhaps, you know, when sometimes you can give babies massages and things like that. There's so much benefit from them. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't know either, and I didn't realise the reward was so great, you know, the fact that if you do massage oil into a believer, that you know, you get rewarded so much, and that's great. It's definitely something that I would take on board. And yeah, it's true. People think about the hair, but they don't think about, you know, maybe the neck, the back, and obviously it's a great way to, you know, relax and to, you know, just when you've been at work, how to, you know, relieve the tension, etc. So, and obviously it's all natural oil.
Absolutely, and like Sister Fatima mentioned in that clip, there's, you know, these oils are not anything new. And they've been around for so long, and you know, they don't change in any way. They always have benefits. And I know I've said we need to make use of them, but things like, for example, frankincense. I mean, who ever thinks, you know, we always associate that with Christmas and, you know, a gift being given to Nabi Isa, for example.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't know if that's even something that we believe in, but obviously frankincense does exist and it does have its merits. So it'd be really nice if we could actually start incorporating those kind of things into our life. And also just burning oils as well. I found that it makes, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but just burning, like, I don't know, lavender oil or something like that at home, it really makes like home feel like home. It's really relaxing just to have that smell around the house as well.
No, definitely. And I think, you know, Sister Fatima does mention later on also, you know, as the weeks will be unfolding, where basically there is a connection between nice smells, aromas, and good health.
Okay.
Yeah, so it does actually, there is a correlation, and I think there is a scientific, only science now has confirmed that, you know, yes, nice smells do aid and help with having good health. And also I think there's another hadith as well, the fact that obviously it's not good to have good, you know, bad smell or bad odour on the body, because that's where they say that's where shaitan resides, or he has an influence on you. So just generally, obviously in Islam there's a huge emphasis on good smells, good aromas, and obviously oil is the best way, and obviously ittar is, you know, perfumed oil, so that's great.
Absolutely, and we all love it when someone comes back from Ziyarah or Hajj or Umrah and they've all brought you something, because it just, but I mean, how many of us actually make use of it? You know, things like burning sandalwood, or there's so many things I think we get. I know I get given a lot of things, and I smell them and I think, oh, that smells really nice, and then it goes on my shelf. You know, or I might put something on when I'm about to pray, but otherwise, you know, I don't think we make use of it. And
it's true.
Inshallah, people can start, you know, when they watch these segments, they can start actually implementing these things.
Inshallah, inshallah. Well, that actually brings us to the end of the show. We hope you really enjoyed it, and inshallah, we'll be back next week with some extra special new features.
Absolutely, and please do remember, if you have any emails or comments or suggestions, you can email us at morningbreak@ahlulbayt.tv. But until then, we will see you at the same time next week. From both myself and Fatima, Assalamu alaikum.
Chicken, olive oil, fresh lemon, green chilies, soya sauce, garlic and ginger, sweet and sour sauce to add a bit of texture and flavour. But also I've got the masalas, homemade masalas. So that's black pepper, salt, haldi, chili, and shan tandoori masala.
Okay, fantastic. Very healthy, you know, bright coloured ingredients here. So what's interesting with this recipe is you're actually going to fry it. It's like a stir-fry wrap.
It is a stir-fry wrap, yes. It just adds a bit more texture and flavour to the whole wrap idea. I mean, takeaways, you can get just the chicken in your wrap, no salad. It's a bit boring, really.
Yeah.
Like here, you've got your peppers and your onions, bit of texture, bit of flavour as well.
Excellent. Okay, so let's start cooking.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are at the cooker. Right, Shaida, so switch on the gas and off we go.
Okay, I'm first going to add the olive oil.
Protect you from anything, and also, you know, you have like the evil eyes and people get envious, people get jealous.
Yeah.
Inshallah, it will protect you from that also.
Okay, that's really interesting. I didn't think of. I really like the idea of getting things engraved on rings. That's a really nice idea to get Al-Mu'min put on a ring or something.
Yeah, yeah. Every time you put it on or take it off,
It's a reminder, isn't it?
exactly, and you
Yeah.
remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's a nice way of worshipping Him continuously
Absolutely.
all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because I found that in times of fear, there's actually a lot. I don't know whether that's just because of the situation that, for example, our imams went through, but there are many du'as and there's many things you can do, things you can recite, many ways that you can pray that protect you from that. So thanks. It's just an additional way of, and like you said, it's a nice way to remember one attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So. Okay, well, it's now time to see what Sister Masuma has for us in the Nutrition Kitchen.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Nutrition Kitchen on Morning Break. Now, nutrition is not just about what we eat, it's about what we don't eat. And a lot of us unfortunately go for the quick fixes, the junk food, the fried food, and we all know that fried food causes free radicals to enter our body and attack our cells. And with me today, I've got Sister Shahida Ali Dina, who will be showing us how to make a really easy chicken tikka wrap. Assalamu alaikum, Shahida.
Alaikum salam, Asma.
Now, this recipe is actually so quick. It's probably quicker than us going to the fast food shop and ordering.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
what have you got for us today?
Well, today I've got wraps,
Okay.
a Mediterranean salad, red onions, mixed peppers, boneless, skinless.
Right.
Let it just simmer and get hot, slightly warm,
Okay.
and then we will add the chicken.
Okay, so we'll just wait for that to heat up.
Yeah.
And obviously olive oil is the best thing to use.
It is, yes.
But ideally ghee is also very good to use. You know, in Indian cooking we used to use ghee a lot
Okay.
until the new fashion was to use oils. So, but olive oil is fine as well. It's better than
Best.
sunflower and vegetable oil.
Okay. The oil is now heated, so we'll add the chicken in.
Okay. I like the fact that you use skinless, boneless, because obviously the one, chicken with skin has a lot of saturated fat. So that's nice and healthy. And it's interesting that you're putting the chicken first and not the onions.
Oh, it's just because we want to savour the flavour of the onions. If you add the onions first, then they're going to get overcooked.
Okay.
In the whole cooking experience. So what we do is add the chicken.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to add the garlic and ginger.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Morning Break. It's now time for our top tip segment. So Fatima, what have you got for us this week?
This week I picked out a name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Mu'min, the granter of security.
Okay.
And if you recite this name 630 times, then in times of fear, Allah will protect you from all calamities, mishaps and losses. And if you write it on a piece of paper, or like, you have a ring, like a silver ring, and you engrave it on the ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll keep, and you keep that with you, paper or the ring with you, as a taweez. Then your physical and spiritual safety will remain the responsibility of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and hopefully inshallah it will